The Times now has access to the details that expose how the Chinese are training Ulfa terrorists in a number of camps. While the Indian government has been very quick to reject the reports of Chinese firing in Sikkim, of greater concern is an exclusive report by Times now that blows the lid off a deadly Chinese game plan to sever the northeast from mainland India. And Times now has also learned that after the deadly Kanchan rebels in Myanmar, China is now all out to get the menacing Ulfa on its side. The idea is to sever the northeast from the rest of the country. So that's the big breaking news coming in. These are exclusive visuals of China's People's Liberation Army training Ulfa members at a secret location in Manipur. This is a clear evidence of how Beijing is going all out to win the support of the dreaded Ulfa and cause more trouble.
Stalemate at the border continues unabated, with the Chinese soldiers still present in the DBO sector in Ladakh. Army sources are telling Times now that efforts are underway for a third flag meeting. Previously, remember, 2 flag meetings between local commanders have failed, with China outrightly dismissing the incursion charge. Let's get in more from Aditya, who's on the phone line with us from Leh. Aditya, China coming out and turning down the possibility of a third flag meeting and also saying that as far as the incursion is concerned, they have been denying it outright. India is pushing for a third flag meeting. Just give us a sense of what's the possibility of that happening.
That's right, Nita. It was possible to meet and speak with senior army officials in Leh. We have managed to actually speak with them, but they refused to come on camera. But they're informing us exclusively that efforts are actually on for the third flag meeting, which was supposed to be held today. There is no confirmation from the Ministry of Defense as of now as to what would be the details of this flag meeting, which is supposed to be held between the Chushul sector and the DBO sector anytime today. We are, of course, closely monitoring the situation. Army officials also telling us that the situation at the border remains the same. There are at least 4 to 8 troops, both from China and India, in a very close, they're just 500 meters apart from each other. Of course, in the Indian territory, they have set base, and 4 to 8 troops from both sides actually in an eyeball-to-eyeball situation. There is, of course, we also know that 4 tents have been set up in the DBO sector by the People's Liberation Army of China. Times Now, of course, was the first channel which actually went close to the border. We actually went up till the Chushul sector yesterday to monitor the situation. But the latest from here in Leh is that the efforts are still on. The Ministry of Defense and Defense Minister A.K. Antony coming with a statement just an hour back saying that negotiations are on at all levels.
Aditya, stay on with us. Let's also get in our National Affairs editor, Srinjoy, to make more sense of these developments. Srinjoy, India, from what Aditya has been telling us, is seemingly pushing for a third flag meeting. We're yet to hear from China about this, but just give us a sense of how things stand as of now. What's your assessment of the situation as it stands this afternoon?
From what we hear from our sources is that India has put its cards on the table. India has told China what the position is and what it wants done. And basically the first thing that has to be done is China has to dismantle the tents as a gesture of peace. Now, that needs to be done, and India has told China where it stands. Now it is up to China to basically decide what it has to do. From what we hear from our sources in the government is that the ball is in China's court. It is now China's take. It is now what China has to do. Now, India is waiting for China to get back to India and tell them what the position is, exactly what China wishes to do, which is why yesterday there was no conversation between Delhi and Beijing, and there was no flag meeting today through the day. As a result, that is a sign that the Indian side is now playing it cool. It wants to see what China has to do or what China has to say on this issue.
Okay, Srinjoy, Aditya, just stay on with us. Let's also listen in to what Defence Minister A.K. Antony has so far said on these developments.
You see, negotiations and consultations are going on at various levels to find out a peaceful solution to this issue. So, at this stage, I don't want to comment.
कार्रवाई है, इससे ज्यादा धोखेबाज दुनिया का कोई देश नहीं जब तक चीन है, और सावधान करने का आह्वान मैंने किया कि सावधान रहिए देश से, ये धोखा देगा, इसका इतिहास है कि जब कमजोर हो जाएगा तो छिपके बैठेगा और मजबूत होगा तो फिर हमला करेगा। इसका इतिहास है। 5000 साल का इतिहास है, पूरा पढ़ के देखी थी। कमजोर होता छिपके बैठता, मजबूत होता हमला करता। तिब्बत ने लिया, ये भी लिया, नेपाल के किनारे पहुंच पूरी सीमा घेर ली। लंका में हस्तक्षेप करके लंका उसके साथ हो गई। ये मैं इसलिए आपके सामने कह रहा हूँ कि देश किन परिस्थितियों में है और ऐसे अवसर पर आप
You that build the death place, you that build all the guns, you that hide behind walls, you that hide behind desks. I just want you to know I can't see through your masks. You've never done nothing but to build and destroy.
When my time comes, I want to be buried face down, so that anyone who doesn't like me can kiss my ass.